closed session at 4:37 PM for item C1 listed on the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 4-0.
From championship athletics to award-winning academics and a legacy of school spirit, Murrieta Valley has become a place where generations grow, learn, and thrive together.
Murrieta is easily the most adaptable place I have moved to. People here are very welcoming.
The reason why I moved to Murrieta was for the school districts, for my kids to grow and learn.
So not only am I a legacy employee, but I also have family that work in the district. I have my mom that taught here for many years and a sister that still teaches in the district, and now my kids are in the district.
USD is the first district to have over 5 Purple Star schools in our county, so that signals our appreciation and support for military families.
We have about 4,000 of our students are military connected, meaning mom or dad are either active or retired members of one branch of the armed services.
I immediately noticed the schools themselves incorporated the communities. Saturday afternoon, youth football, church here on Sundays, and that means everything.
The very first schoolhouse in Murrieta was built in 1885. So for nearly 100 years, we were just a one school community. In the 80s, we started to grow and we saw more housing coming in, and we added a couple more elementary schools and some of our communities that were now growing. So actually 1989, on the ballot, the voters of Murrieta voted to unify the district. That energy to become our own community, both school district and city, made it really special. Fast forward to today, in 2025, we have 21,500 students at 20 different locations. We've grown, and that's a lot to maintain because we house that many students. There's over 1,000 classrooms every day that we take care of.
We have facilities all across the city that are accessed every night of the week. I would say the usage has probably increased by a magnitude of 5 or 6, and it's the same facilities that have existed over all those years.
These are very busy places.
We were designed for 1,800 students and we now hold about 3,400 students. So that makes all of our facilities a little bit too small or way too small to accommodate for each student comfortably.
As we were building schools, it was coming so fast. And so we have portable classrooms that were temporary. They're now just part of our school.
So we'd love to take those portable buildings and replace them with real buildings that'll last for decades to come.
It is important that we have updated technology that we will see used in real-life jobs that kids are going to have to interact with in their future. Our CTE programs that are being funded help allow the students to get real-life job experience within their classes.
We have an engineering class, we have a couple engineering classrooms, but that isn't welding, that's not construction, that's not HVAC or electrical or plumbing or any of the industrial trades that we'd like to teach. I have a very strong interest in bringing those facilities and those instructional programs to this community.
So I think our facilities and our programs will prepare kids for whatever comes next, whether that's college, a career in the military, or directly into the workforce.
Our community expects us to remain the best district in the county. When we build something, it has to last for decades. It can't be a short-term fix that's just a few years. We only have a few chances in a school's lifetime to do something and do it right.
So the district's going to embark on a master plan for facilities to look at everything from the bottom of the building to the top of the building to see where we need new facilities in the district. We really need to hear from the community. We really want to hear your feedback every step of the way.
It is important that you stay involved and know this is your community. Get involved in the process, learn what their needs are, and see how it's done.
Walking into a modernized or a very clean facility or school is inspiring for me to want to go there and learn.
It's important that our schools create those opportunities, that they're built and equipped so that we can create those experiences that young people would be inspired. Our facilities and our schools need to be a reflection of our community. This is about people. This is about families, helping young people become bigger and older people, to pursue their dreams, to be inspired to try and do something, to do something they never thought they could do before. Our facilities and our schools need to be a reflection of our community. And so now is the time to make investments in our schools for our children that will pay dividends for generations to come.
Families here benefit from outstanding schools, well-loved facilities, rich opportunities, and a quality of life that continues to grow. For 35 years, our schools have been more than just classrooms. They've been the foundation of a community with a strong sense of belonging, and why I'm proud to say we are Murrieta Valley.
part ado, hereby reconvene the Board of Education special meeting in open session at 5:10 p.m. I would like to welcome the community members in attendance this evening. As a reminder, governing board meetings are a business meeting of the board held in public, and although public participation is encouraged, it is not the public's meeting. It is a duty of the board president and/or clerk of the board to maintain an orderly, respectful, and peaceful meeting where all perspectives, voices, and opinions are welcome. Please refrain from speaking while another person has the floor. At the scheduled time on the agenda, individuals wishing to provide public comment will be called upon, one at a time, to do so in accordance with Board Bylaw 9323. The board cannot and will not respond to non-agendized items, but a staff member will reach out to you on matters that may need to be reviewed as appropriate. Item D1, the board did not take any formal action in closed session. Item D2, would everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Place your right hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item D3, approval of agenda, calls for a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries 4-0. Item D4, special recognition, the Solution Tree. I call on Superintendent Faith Muchnick-Jacks.
Now can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Good evening, board and members of our district community. I am so pleased to be able to share some wonderful news with you tonight. Warm Springs Middle School has earned the Solution Tree Promising Practices Award, and I could not be more proud of their team and the work that they've committed themselves to over the past several years. I really want to state that this recognition is more than just an award. It really represents the strong systems, the collaboration, and then that belief that they all have as a staff that all students can learn and grow. The staff at Warm Springs has really leaned into this work with intention and care. They've stayed focused on student learning and continuous improvement of their practice, and the impact on students is evident. We are grateful to have a representative from Solution Tree here tonight, Kristen Stess, and she is a Murrieta native, which we just love to welcome her. She is going to formally recognize Warm Springs with this honor, and I am honored to turn it over to her now. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a real honor to be here this evening. In my role as Director of Educational Partnerships at Solution Tree, I don't often get to take these kinds of moments, but I wanted to be here in particular for 3 different reasons. Number one, I am the proud parent of 2 graduates of Murrieta Valley High School. Number 2, I'm a former middle school teacher, so middle school is always going to have a special place in my heart, as are the students. And third, I am a Murrieta resident, so this is my community as well. So this is a very special night. So I want to tell you a little bit about this award, though, that I'm going to give to Warm Springs in just a minute. It's really important for you to know, and I want to emphasize that in the state of California, we only have 83 schools that have received the Promising Practices Award. This is the first step towards becoming a model PLC school, and although Warm Springs is the first one to get it, presumably I don't think they'll be the last from Murrieta Valley, so we're very excited about this. So I'd like to tell you a little bit about what the award means. The whole purpose behind becoming a professional learning community is the idea that every adult on campus takes responsibility for student success. I had a chance to see that in action this afternoon when I spent some time at Warm Springs. For instance, I walked in and the receptionist greeted me and she exuded warmth, and my overall feeling when I left there was that every student feels like they belong here. That was very, very evident that everyone is a wildcat here. The second thing is I spent some time in the library, my favorite place, and I watched the librarian encourage a student to go back to class. Apparently, it was her science class, and they were going to be dissecting frogs today, and she did not like the smell. And I thought to myself, well, yeah, I can't blame her there. But it was interesting to watch everybody take a part in the success of the students, but more importantly, the teachers. What does it mean to be a professional learning community for them? Well, it means that together we're going to take responsibility for actual learning happening. So how do we go about that? Well, for every student to learn, we have to answer 2 questions at a school site. The first one is, if a student is struggling, how are we going to support them? And how are we all going to take responsibility for that? Again, from the person at the front of the building to the janitor to the actual teacher. And the second part, when a student is already succeeding, how are we going to make sure that they continue to learn and to grow? So without any further ado, I want you to know that Warm Springs is the stellar example of having a professional learning community be utilized for the benefit of all of the students. So I'd like to invite Mr. Piccittino and his team to come up so that I can present them with the award. Okay. Come on.
And the team.
I insist that the teachers join us.
So this team that's coming up is my leadership team, guiding coalition team. So this group right here that you see is very similar to you guys in helping support kiddos.
And Mr. Piccittino, thank you for your leadership. It's much appreciated on behalf of the community of Murrieta.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'll give you a high five.
Can we get a picture with it?
Come on down.
Get over here.
Okay, let me get you all first together. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, and now with the board members. No, let me have you all just a little bit more. Squeeze. Okay, there we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Well, I would take a moment to just congratulate you guys. I know on my visit to Warm Springs, it was an amazing spot to be at, and you can feel the engagement of the students and the community that you guys have built there. So congratulations to you guys. Awesome job. All right, moving on. We have item D2, which is our Purple Star Awards. Dr. Andrus.
All right, thank you. We have some dignitaries in the audience as well, so I'm going to have them come up and join me here in just a minute. Just real quick, and we're grateful again to Solution Tree for recognizing the hard work of our teachers and our staff to come together. And I've been in those classrooms and I've seen the data charts about what % of kids per class is on what % of that standard. It is remarkable. It's a great model, and we appreciate the hard work they've gone through to get there. We expect and hope to continue to see great things from that school. We're going to talk about what we call the Purple Star Award by the state of California. This is for recognizing schools that have a tremendous partnership in supporting military-connected families. We all know, especially in times like this where there's deployments and there's coming and going of families, that is really hard on kids. They need some help. They need some support. So our district has, I believe our number's up to 10. I've lost track because these come regularly, and we're going to celebrate some schools that have recently received this distinguishing honor. So I'm going to call up a handful of people, some dignitaries. My dignitaries, if you'd come on this side. So come on up. We have Daniel Whitley from the Community Planning Liaison Officer from Camp Pendleton, if you'd come on up here. Next to them is also Maria Swanson from Camp Pendleton, School Liaison. Chuck Washington, sorry, Chuck. He's our supervisor from Riverside County. 2 city council members, Lisa DeForest and Cindy Warren. If you join me on this side. Thank you for being here tonight. We can applaud them. So what we'd like to do now is call up, and you're going to be on this side of me. So Alta Murrieta principal and their military, this is Cassie Caldwell, and a military liaison, Melissa Hacker. Tovashal principal, Gabby DiGiovanni, and your military liaison, Jason Bowles. Dorothy McElhaney Middle School, Heather Just, is she here tonight? There she is. And military liaison, Twyla Lopez. And lastly, our Murrieta Summit Executive Director, that's for our Adult Transition Program, is Steve Gooch here. Dr. Gooch? No? All right, well, then we're going to have you ladies come up. So, military, Katie Nelson, you'd come on up. Jessica, come on up here. Thank you. And you have the appropriate shirts on. All right, thank you. So it's with great pride we want to recognize these new schools that are being added, and Dorothy McElhaney is being announced a 3-year recognition, and Dorothy McElhaney is being re-acknowledged as one of those. So it's for creating a nurturing environment where our military students feel connected. It's for facilitating that seamless transition of kids coming and going and in and out of classes as they may have to move through deployments and so forth. And just at the same time, a really robust academic experience and support along the way. So with that, we'd like to turn the time over to first Daniel Whitling. We're just going to pass the mic down. I know you all have certificates, and I have some things too. So I'm going to hand it over to you. Thank you, sir.
All right, first to the board and Dr. Andrews, thanks for having me out here. Chuck Washington, my former mayor, great seeing you again. So first, I just want to thank the district for everything you do for our students. I think oftentimes you don't get enough credit. I was fortunate enough to marry into a family of educators, so it's not lost on me what you do, the value you provide to our children and our community, so thank you. I will say that we have rather unique relationship with this district. Many of you may know I've hosted several groups of educators, administrators, et cetera, from the district on Camp Pendleton. So I just want to thank you for the interest you have in what we do and who we are. That goes a long way. As far as the recognition for tonight goes, you can see I even got dressed up for the occasion. Just don't tell anybody you saw a Marine in a purple shirt. I might lose my job. But I want to thank you for the investment you put into our military children. There are some unique challenges that our military children face, especially right now. I will say timing is critical. The operational tempo we have right now on Camp Pendleton is probably the highest we've seen in about 10 years, with people on regularly scheduled deployments and also what's going on in the Middle East. So this couldn't come at a better time. So I want to thank you for your continued investment in our military children, and I look forward to the longstanding positive relationship we have. So thank you.
Thank you. We have a certificate for you for being our partner. Awesome. All right. Chuck, go ahead.
I was a naval aviator, and we flew Marines around, and we always reported on what they wore. Uh-oh. And we moved here in 1989 with a six-year-old, starting first grade at E. Hell Curran. She's now the mother of a kindergartner and a fifth grader at Buchanan, and I was here previously to honor them with their Purple Star. And I have a graduating eighth grader at Warm Springs Middle School. This almost seems planned. So before I leave, I have to get a picture. My granddaughter is with Unified in the Unified program, so I'm looking forward to that. If you didn't know this, Riverside County is the fastest growing county in the state, and the fastest growing part of Riverside County is the Southwest, right here. And the greatest concentration of veterans is right here in the Southwest. We proudly embrace our veterans and our veterans' families, and I'm so excited and proud as a veteran myself to be here representing the county.
So I'm Maria Swanson, and I'm one of the school liaisons at Camp Pendleton. There's two of us, and my boss is standing right here, and I think he looks great in purple. And I also wanted to let you know how grateful I am to be able to have been coming here to the school district for the last 18 years, pretty much. And also, I've had this amazing pleasure to work with Miss Deneen Harrison over there. That has been an outstanding military liaison for the school district for the last few years. And anyway, thank you so much for everything that you do for our military families, because all I need to do is put a phone call and someone is always taking care of the families as soon as possible. So I really appreciate all of you and all the efforts that you make to make them feel at home. Thank you.
Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Cindy Warren. I'm a proud Murrieta resident and a proud member of the City Council, along with my colleague, Dr. Lisa DeForest. I am also a widower of a Navy riverboat commander from Vietnam. We lost him a few years ago due to Agent Orange. And I understand the dilemma that these families go through. It is extremely difficult to pick up your family and move on sometimes just a moment's notice. It's hard to keep your grades up. It's hard to make friends. You just get into student council and you get ripped out of school because your parents got deployed and you're moving to grandparents' house. It's hard. And being a Navy wife, it's hard. When one serves, we all serve. And when our schools serve our kids, there is nothing better. So I couldn't be more proud to be here to honor your schools and what you're doing for our military families and their kids, because they are important, and that extra love goes a long ways for their future success. And remember, success cannot be spelled without you, and you are the reason for their success. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. What an honor to be here. I'm Dr. Lisa DeForest, and what an honor to be here just to say thank you for your service, and thank you for your service to our servicemen and women and their children. So we appreciate it. Murrieta is connected to community and through, and we're connected to our military families as well. So what an honor, and I ditto what everybody has said up here this evening, and thank you for letting me be here tonight.
All right. Thank you. We also have some certificates from Ken Calvert's office and Kelly Ciardo's office. Schedules didn't allow for everyone to be here tonight. I know you have some city certificates. So why don't we do this? Why don't you come along and shake all their hands, hand those out, and then we're going to get together for a photo. Which one is? This is all that you have. We have a certificate for you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, so rather than doing a big giant group photo, Monica would like to do individual photos out there. So you can all head out there. Yeah, for a quick photo. With them. Yes, you have a seat. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Warm Springs crew. Great job. We're so proud of you guys. Yeah, appreciate all of you, being from a military family myself. So, stop doing sign language over there.
Public comment. Yes. Yeah.
We'll give them a minute.
They need to go first, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I do want to make a comment about that last presentation. At our school, and during this time, with so many people deployed, so many parents deployed, I know the anxiety level of some of the students is so high, and we've had a number of students in our particular district. It's been amazing. So the work that we do with the military families, I'm just so impressed and so happy that we're doing such a good job supporting those families and those kids, especially right now. All right, with that, we're going to move on to public comment. I'm going to not worry. I think we'll all be pretty civil in our comments. And we'll start with, first up, City Councilwoman Cindy Warren.
Thank you, and thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to speak. I'm actually going to speak as a resident and as a grandma of a young lady at Murrieta Elementary School. Fact, Murrieta schools are in disrepair. Students need and deserve a safe and healthy environment in which to learn. Our schools need to keep up with innovative learning and technology to better position our students to be accepted into higher education institutions. The state, our state, continues to fall short with equal funding to all of our districts. It is truly unfair. The Band-Aid fix approach only handles issues for the short term, and I feel our schools need real long-term achievable plan with public input and oversight. In my opinion, the district has been transparent on each school's needs with a plan to address them. I am speaking as a Murrieta resident and as a grandma of a first grader. And that being said, I believe the residents in Murrieta should have the opportunity to weigh in on this discussion through the voting process. I am in favor of placing this item on the ballot for a vote of the people. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. All right, and next up is Dr. Lisa DeForest.
Thanks so much for all you do for our kids and putting community first. I wrote something tonight because I didn't want to miss anything. There was so much to say, and just thank you all for what you're doing for our kids and all the time and effort it takes to be a school board member. So education truly is the backbone of a strong community. When our schools are supported, our students succeed, and success strengthens everything around us. After serving 8 years on a school board, I saw firsthand how passing a bond, updating facilities, changed students' lives. Updated classrooms and resources are not optional. They are essential. I've also seen this personally. Both of my sons graduated from Murrieta Valley High School, and they went on to a 4-year degree. In 10 days, my youngest will be graduating from Purdue, and my oldest son is in his 3rd year of medical school. But to be honest, some of our facilities today, especially our science labs, are simply not acceptable. I'm not a proponent of raising taxes. However, this bond is not a new tax, it's an extension of an already in place. It allows us to continue investing in our schools without increasing the burden on our community. As a Murrieta City Councilwoman and former mayor, I strongly support this bond measure. You will have the opportunity to move forward. This is about investing in our students, our schools, and our future and our community. Thank you so much for listening to me tonight. I appreciate you all.
Thank you. All right, next up, we have Mr. Mark Baker. You're up.
Good evening, school board and community members that are still present. You must have heard I was going to talk, so everybody left. So I just wanted to stand here tonight and declare my support for the resolution to go forward with providing what I'm calling a science center, which will be hopefully in place soon between McElhaney and Males Elementary Schools. It will be the foundation instrumentation. There will be 2 research grade 16-inch telescopes. One will be optical, one will be digital, and will hopefully provide a lot of inspiration and incentive for some of our young people. But it actually goes further than that. I'm here as a representative of Temecula Valley Astronomers. We've been active for 35 years in the community right now, and we are excited about the potential to support our students and our youth. There's also other astronomy groups in Southern California that are watching what is going to be done here, so maybe they can assist the school districts in their area as well. And it goes further than that. I'm also an ambassador for NASA and JPL, and they are excited about seeing the school district come forth and basically put their money where their mouth is, I guess, in a sense, and try and keep us at least competitive with what's going on in the scientific communities out there. Hopefully this will be a great asset for the whole district as the plans down the road are for it to be available to any teacher that wants to maybe look at the sun at any given time or look at observations that were done the night before. Maybe we can inspire some young people to come take my job. I'm not as young as I used to be, so NASA and JPL are always looking for, obviously more assets, and it starts here in these school districts. I'm proud that I'm the father of 4 Murrieta Valley School District graduates. They've all done very well, and they came through in the late 90s, early 2000s, and I couldn't have been happier with the education they got here. Also gave me opportunities. I got to coach here. I get to be a substitute teacher for special ed. So I still have a vested interest in what is being done in Murrieta Valley, even though I don't really reside here anymore. But again, kudos to those that have stepped up and want to make this happen and provide a great asset, I feel, for helping our students reach any career goals they may have. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next we have Roxanne P. Is this for you?
I have an email sent in, that's why. Dear Murrieta School Board members, I've been a resident and homeowner in the city of Murrieta for 29 years. I am writing in support of Murrieta School District proposed facilities bond measure and respectfully request that you as our representative vote yes on tonight's project list and ultimately yes on the bond measure moving forward. While I do not normally support increased taxation in as much as this measure will not have a financial impact on our taxes, but has the potential of having a positive impact on our property values, I wholeheartedly support it. Improving the facility of our schools will benefit our students, the families who are already in Murrieta, and the future families who are considering relocating to our area. It is the morally right thing to do considering the age of our facilities that require improvement and maintenance. Respectfully submitted, Roxanne Pettyway.
Right. Next we have Miss Addie Abushashi. I'm close. You probably knew it wasn't going to go great, so.
Yeah. This is karma getting me back. I made fun of my husband's name, and my name had been Johnson. So, good evening, board members. My name is Dr. Addie Abushashi, and I'm one of the families, actually, that moved here specifically for the schools, and it's been absolutely amazing. I have 2 kids in the Antelope Hills Elementary School, and I serve as one of the elected members of the School Advisory Site Council. And last year was actually one of the members that was on the redistricting committee. In my professional role, however, I'm an environmental researcher. So that gives me a unique viewpoint into this. In both my professional work and as a parent, I value the thoughtful planning that goes into maintaining and improving the physical environments that we create, because those environments shape how people see themselves and what they believe is possible for their own future. The appearance and the capability of our school facilities, they send a daily message, not only to the students, but to our teachers, our administrators, and to our families about how much we value their potential. I'm really grateful to be a part of a community where folks are showing up and staying engaged and care deeply about the environments where our children learn. So I respectfully ask that you vote in favor of placing the School Facilities Bond Initiative on the ballot so our community can actively engage in decisions that affect our students and their learning environments. Thank you for your time, your consideration of this request, and for your continued service to our students and to our community.
All right, thank you. Next up, Mr. Bob Cow.
Dear Board, I've been looking at the project list, and the last time, by the way, that the board did not approve of the bond to go forward to the voters was because there was no project list of quality. I've looked at this project list, and I asked for a FOIA request that I be given more information as far as, for instance, one of the big things is replace solar panels on every single school. Now, and some are added battery packs, battery backups. My house has batteries, solar panels are 16 years old. They're going to stay there until they fail. So how old are these? I want to know how much these cost. I want to know when they're going to be replaced, when they were put in, and not only that for those things, but there's a lot of other things here too. You know, portable classrooms, aging portable classrooms. How old are they? I want to know how much they cost to replace those. I mean, there's things missing on this thing, and including at Murrieta Elementary. It was built in 1989. How much total is going to be put into that school? Now, I just want to say that maybe I said this before here, but I grew up in at a Catholic school, and it was almost free because the nuns had vows of poverty. But the school now charges $6,000 for a year to go there. I looked at the school, and when I went there, started in 1959, going there, the school looks the same. The playground's the same. The parish church is the same. The parish hall's the same. Nothing has changed. Maybe they changed out the air conditioners on top of the buildings or the heaters. There's nothing new at that school for the last 75 years. So that's how they can charge $6,000. And they do have outside people coming in or outside groups to take care of things like CTE, you know, cars and things like that. They brought those in. That wasn't there when I was there. Now it's there. So in a time of fraud and waste, we need to be assured of everything that has a number behind it so that everyone is comfortable, including myself. Otherwise, I will fight this thing. Thank you.
All right. Next up is Holly Siebenar.
Another hard one. Good evening, members of the board. My name is Holly Siebenar, and I'm here tonight as a parent of 2 elementary school students who are at Antelope Hills, a member of the school site council, also at Antelope Hills, and as someone who attended this very district from kindergarten all the way through 12th grade. This community shaped who I am, and I'm watching it now shape my own children. And that's why this matters very much to me. Our schools are doing really incredible work with what they have, but many of our facilities, as mentioned before, are aging. Portable classrooms that I attended at Shavela over 20 years ago are still being used today. And they're becoming long-term solutions, and our students deserve access to updated technology and safe and modern learning environments. Bringing our campuses up to code and investing in permanent quality infrastructure isn't a luxury. I feel it's our responsibility. Allowing this bond to go to the ballot gives our community the opportunity to decide if they want to invest in our future, of our schools and our children. And it's not a final decision, it's just a chance for our voices to be heard as a community. I respectfully urge you to vote in favor of putting this bond on the ballot. Thank you again for your consideration and for your commitment to our students.
My bad. Sorry about that. We have Mr. Jack Guerrero.
Thank you. Good afternoon, board, ladies and gentlemen, members of the public. It's a delight to be back in Murrieta. A lot of familiar faces on the dais. I'm here to speak very skeptically about the bond measure that's being contemplated. I have always opposed tax measures as burdens on our community. But if you're going to move forward with evaluation of the bond, I respectfully submit 5 points for your consideration. Number 1, make sure that the project list that you're about to approve is detailed and prioritized. Significant improvement over the version 2 years ago, so congratulations on the comprehensive nature of that list. But I do think you can do a little bit better by prioritizing, further segmenting the list so that taxpayers are clearly apprised of what's urgent and what is nice to have. Secondly, please be very aware of the cost that you're asking taxpayers to absorb. Right now, the tax burden on Murrieta taxpayers is at $86.45 per $100,000 of assessed value. By comparison, Temecula residents pay $15 per $100,000 of assessed value. The average for Riverside County school districts is $80 per $100,000 of assessed value. I don't think you want to go down on record as being the most burdensome school district in all of Riverside County. So I would respectfully ask you to be very considerate of the amount that you want to burden taxpayers with, and bring the $85 down significantly so that you offer taxpayers a little bit of relief. Third, be very careful about the ballot statement language. A lot of school districts will very typically push the relevant material details to the tax statement, which is an ancillary document that accompanies the sample ballot, or to the impartial analysis that is also part of the sample ballot, which very few people read. What is very critical is the ballot statement itself, the 75 words that everybody gets a chance to see visibly right away, straight away on the ballot. That should be as detailed as possible on all the material points: the cost of debt, the bond issuance amount, the tax rate, the duration, any other relevant financial assumptions that are part of the analysis. Number 4, shared costs. Please think about allocating an additional percentage of the general fund towards modernization and construction projects so that your taxpayers are apprised of your shared burden in this endeavor. And then finally, you have an annual budget coming up for renewal effective July 1st. Make sure that that is absolutely disciplined, airtight, because that will be an important standard by which we evaluate your bond. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, moving on to the consent calendar. Consent calendar items are voted on collectively as a group. Upon board member request, items may be removed from the consent calendar for discussion and individual action. Do I have a motion to approve the consent calendar for items E1 through E3 as presented?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries 4-0. F1, approval of personnel report, calls for a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries 4-0. Approval of Murrieta Valley Unified School District Facilities Master Plan Project List. Call on Deputy Superintendent Darren Daniels.
Good evening, President Pardue and trustees. Tonight, we are bringing forward the Facilities Master Plan Project List for your consideration and approval. The project list represents the culmination of nearly 9 months of careful planning, rigorous analysis, and extensive community engagement. This work required an extraordinary investment of time and resources. Time spent engaging with parents, staff, students, and Murrieta citizens. Time dedicated to listening closely to the Murrieta community, and time thoughtfully evaluating the condition of our facilities and the long-term needs of our schools. The result is a plan that reflects both of what we heard directly from our community and the professional experts of our facilities team and consultants, all grounded in data, priorities reviewed by the board through multiple workshops and discussions. Importantly, this is not a list of aspirations. It's a clear, defensible roadmap that has been deliberately developed to address critical health, safety, and infrastructure needs across the district, while also positioning the board to maintain flexibility, maximize potential state matching opportunities, and uphold its responsibility as stewards of our public resources. We would like to sincerely thank everyone who contributed to this effort. The extensive community outreach, the willingness to listen, and the disciplined approach to planning and prioritization have ensured that this facility master plan looks beyond our immediate needs and responsibly prepares our school for the next 10 to 15 years. Approval of this project list is a pivotal governance action. It enables the district to move from planning to implementation, provides transparency and certainty for this community, and ensures that the future funding decisions are aligned with the priorities of this board and the community that has been helped established. Tonight's action reflects readiness and accountability and leadership, affirming a shared vision for our state, our schools, and take important steps to protect and improve the learning environments that our students and staff rely on every day. And we thank you for walking along with us over this last 9 months. It's certainly been a journey. And so we appreciate this opportunity tonight to present this project list. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, so we call for a motion and then a discussion right after that.
So moved.
Second.
All right, well, I'd like to start by having a little bit of a conversation about our taxes here in Murrieta. One of the things that was brought up is a comparison between Temecula and ourselves. And one thing as an economics teacher that really stands out is the tax base. Temecula and Murrieta are not the same city. There's a massive tax base in Temecula, car dealerships, wineries, Old Town Temecula. We're just not exactly the same that way. With that being said, additionally, my wife and I met at Catholic schools, so I'm very familiar with private schools and how that works. I'm really proud of what we're able to do here. It is a different world in the public education, and living in California and the regulations and the different things that we have to deal with as a public school and a public school district, it's infuriating, I can tell you. As a teacher, and of course being up here on the school board, for anyone who's followed my path up here, I really do not like how we fund public schools. I'm more aware of the fraud, waste and abuse of the state, and it drives me nuts. I also know even in public education, there's things I wish we could do differently, but state law prohibits and creates the situations that we have. So with that being said, I'm really impressed with how the districts responded to my request as board president to have that dialogue with the community, giving people opportunity to really have feedback from both the teachers. And the other thing I want to share with everybody is my experience just down the road. So much frustration with the tax money going to things that were not necessary for students and felt like a complete waste. I don't feel like we're doing that. I really am proud of the work that we've done for the last 2 years. So additionally, I'm really proud of our board because in spite of so much turmoil that we see around us, and I won't name any more names, but sorry, everyone knows what I'm referencing. We really do have control over what happens as the bond gets dispersed. And we want to be able to engage the community and make sure that we're spending the money wisely. That's a huge priority for, I think, everyone sitting up here on the dais. It's really important to us. And with that, I don't want to take up more time about the list, but I do know those priorities. And, I got one more thing that I decide I'm going to say every time. James, you're going to help me out with a number. So the last time we were going to put a bond up, it was $119 per $100,000. And then we decided to vote that down for a variety of reasons. And now I think the burden is going to be, someone to say
It'll stay the same at $86.
$86 per 100. Kind of proud of that, I'm not going to lie. That's a big deal, I think, for every Murrieta. If you care about taxes and our property taxes, and I think everybody does, we want to be fiscally responsible, and I thought that was a huge step. It was really good to hear those numbers, and it helped me anyway. So with that, I'm going to put it to any of the other board members who have comments.
Sure, I have a comment.
And I'd like to make a comment too, if I could.
Oh, go ahead, Doug.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm a resident too, so I have a home, and I didn't buy it a long time ago. I bought it recently, so I have like a big chunk of that times 86. As a resident here in the community, I don't think anybody enjoys paying taxes, but we do like nice things. It's great. We have an awesome police department and a fire department, which I think they just got their new fire truck, which is great. So we don't mind being taxed for things that we know they're of value. We don't like you said, we don't like waste or fraud, things that aren't like what we need. And so I do appreciate very much the work that we did as a district with partnership with the community and our board. I was just on the website to help our resident who want to know prices. You can go on the website and click through the facilities master plan, and I clicked on Alta Murrieta, and I isolated the solar panel project, and I can see the exact or estimated probable cost of that one. So even though the project list which we see here, and even though it's not numbered, we've spent a lot of time putting them in a certain order of those bullet points based on your comments and the community's comments. And then we also, online, everyone can go and see exactly what every project might cost, right? And so we've, I think, done a great job of being transparent in partnership with DLR and the district. So I just want to make those 2 points, that it does take some money to get these nice things, but we're also keeping the tax rate flat by bonds falling off in the future, very carefully drawing down only a certain amount to keep that tax rate flat until such time as we can really draw down more dollars. So I think we have both good projects and good strategy to protect and maintain our, and in essence, in some cases, improve our facilities where we're adding something. So that concludes my comment. Thank you for the time.
I just wanted to add, I so appreciate 2 things. I really appreciate the community coming out, the parents. I love that you grew up in the community, our last speaker, grew up in the community and is now speaking as a parent on behalf of our community. That, to me, really speaks to what Murrieta is about. And that being said, the last comment that I actually read from Ms. Roxanne Pettyway, talking about how our values for our properties and things like that, we want to maintain that excellence. And so I'm just grateful for both sides. Just trust me, y'all, when I tell you, since we started this project, we've been hearing it from both sides. People coming, just a lot of feedback. But just to recap, I'm so grateful for the partnership that Darren and Jose have created, and Doc with DLR. They have really, as when we met as a board, I really believe that the goal was to get as transparent as possible, because anybody who knows us on this dais, our goal has always been transparency. We want to be able to get those numbers, which Mr. Cowell, if you would like to look up that website, it's a very easy to use interface that actually has those numbers. It's got a scale, it's got an escalator that says if we do this project here in 5 years, 10, whatever that looks like. So, I mean, I would encourage you to go just check it out. But 6 facility committee meetings, 13 EdSpec focus groups, 19 site walks, principal vision sharing meetings was 19, 18 school site council visits, and 3 town hall meetings. I mean, our district has worked super hard to be able to reach the transparency that we as a board have tasked them with. And I think coming to this point right now where we're making this decision for this, at the minimum, the project list, and bringing it before the community, if there is any doubt in terms of transparency of where financially or fiscally, or how fiscally responsible our CFO is, I have his business card. I just hand it out to everybody in the community. You have questions? Just talk to James, because he's like a walking computer, and he can calculate it while you're in the parking lot, and he will get the answers that you need. In fact, prior to this, Mr. Guerrero, I actually sent him a list of questions that very pointed, needed very specific answers for a member of our community, and I was able to share that information. And so there's, in terms of transparency, unless they're snowing us somewhere else, I can't find it. And I just want to put that as a full disclosure, because we have driven it hard. When I tell you hard, I am shooting questions where Darren's answering my questions. I sometimes ask a lot of questions, and they're just so patient to be able to answer that. But in terms of what they've been able to do to pull a facilities master plan together for the size of our district, the amount of the square footage of property that the district owns and operates on a daily basis. I requested a civic use agreement. For those of you in our community who don't know, our buildings are like Las Vegas, right, Darren? They're used, it's 24/7. I mean, Las Vegas in a good way, right? Yeah, I better clarify that. It is Las Vegas in a very good way. Just as an example, and I'm going to put this out there for the what it's worth column, when I requested this civic use information, it's really, I wanted to find out how many people, how many organizations uniquely utilize our facilities. And just Darren was able to, and Tammy produced a list for the 24-25 school year, and it's amazing. let me just tell you, there's over 100 unique, like 138 on one list, 121 on the other. These are separate organizations that use our district facilities pretty much on the daily. My son was just at Vista Murrieta High School last night. He was probably there till 8:30, 9 o'clock. You know, who maintains those? How do we maintain the turf on there? I know we're getting it all changed out. So all of these things kind of are leading up to where we are at today. And I think in turn, nobody likes taxes. Nobody does. But the meeting I had this morning with one of our stakeholders, when she said just that she said, Eleanor, I don't like taxes, but I like things that make sense. And so I would like you guys as a community, for those of you who guys are pro or against the project list or the bond, to please utilize the resources that we have tasked the district to put out for our community. One of them being the website that gives that escalator, that gives the project list with a price list, with everything as transparent as we can get it. And after having visited that, if there are still questions, I refer you to James. And he can answer all of them with just ease. And I'm telling you, here's the list. If you want the civic use, the different communities throughout, the different organizations throughout our community, I think we should post it somewhere. I don't know. I mean, is that wrong, Darren? I don't even know. Look at the people that we touch in our community. It is not just for our school district. It is for our entire community. If our facilities start to crumble and are not based in an excellent standard, then it is going to affect all of these over 200 unique identifying community groups that use our facilities and that they have to see on a daily basis. Our environmental lady was just here and spoke. It's important what we put before the students as a standard of excellence because it's going to shape their view of excellence as they get older. So that's my 2 cents. I'm super excited about this, super proud of our district for what they've done. And trust me, I've gotten information on both ends that, you know, we should be scrutinizing it, and we have. We should be giving them accountability, and we have. To the best of our ability, we have been. So I'm just asking that of the community, please, before this vote in May, because we have to vote on a potential bond in May, I'm asking that you please do your due diligence, get to the website, look up those escalators, pick your school. If it's your school, if Vista's your school, pick your school, look at the projects that are listed on this thing and get to that escalator, look at the prices and how it's going to affect you as an individual, because we paid to have that done. I just want you to know. We as a district decided we wanted to pay. Do you know why? Because we wanted to pay for the transparency to be able to help our students to receive the best education that they can here in our community. I feel like I just got off a soapbox, but there it is. That's my comments, and my comments are done. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to repeat what other people have said. I think all of us went to multiple meetings at school sites, and what I saw was very good attendance and strong public support. And I will also agree that none of us likes paying taxes, but we need infrastructure, and you can't have infrastructure without taxes. Our police, our firefighters, libraries, roads, schools. Some of you remember I was recently in Uganda, and that was an example. The town we were in is lack of infrastructure. They had no sewer system at all, no trash system. The roads aren't paved. They're in the couple of the main cities. That's what happens. I even brought up taxes to some of the people there. I said, well, you got to tax people if you want paved roads, or, you know, yeah, I was there with Rotary. That's why we were there. But it's just a fact of life that we do need to support our infrastructure. It affects our property values as well. We all want our kids to have the most positive experience possible in school. And I'll stop there because most of what I could say has already been said.
Okay, well, before I let you guys go, only because we brought up Temecula and a tax base, and this is my most important thing about California, gosh dang it, all of you here, we would have lower taxes if we could increase our tax base and not chase businesses out of California. So please support that, because then we would have the most beautiful schools in the world. And if you don't believe me, go to Northwest Arkansas, where Walmart, because they force everyone to be there, and of course their tax rate can be pretty low because they have all this tax revenue coming in because of the businesses in the area. So we want to encourage that as much as possible. I'd love for people in Sacramento to pay attention to that, but more importantly, the voters start advocating for expanding that tax base so we can have all the things we would like. All right, with that being said, I think it's time to vote. We got our motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries 4-0. Item F3, second reading and approval of proposed revision to board policy and administrative regulation. Calls for a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries 4-0. Adoption of resolution number 25-2617, authorizing the construction of the Murrieta Valley USD telescope project at Lisa J. Mills Elementary School. Calls for a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All right, before we vote, I just want to say what a cool project this is. I'm really excited, and more importantly, I think it's important about schools, the bonds, and we really want to be excellent. I think when we're discussing math, I know it comes up a lot with this idea of like, hey, you know, we're really good in the state, and being really good is everything, isn't all of it. We want to be excellent. The state isn't exactly blowing the doors off other states. So we just want to make sure we're pushing the boundaries. I think this telescope idea is really a good idea of inspiring kids and providing the very best for our community, and that's really what we're all about, and what we care about.
I want to add just a little bit of history and some thank yous. We received these two telescopes, how many years ago, Darren? You were principal.
Yeah, about 2006.
Okay, so we're pushing 20 years we've owned these telescopes, but there was never quite enough resource or energy put together at the same place all at the same time. So I want to thank, we have a student from from Shavela at his astronomy club. Somehow he got a hold of Mrs. Eleanor Briggs,
Yes.
who got a hold of the Temecula Valley Astronomers Association, and she came to me and said, can we do something? And so we all came together.
Amazing.
And so it really is a lot of energy of a lot of parties coming
Yes.
together and everybody putting in what they can, and we're gonna have this thing happen. So it's been a long time coming, sorry, but thank you for the energy to bring it, the support from our Temecula Valley Astronomers Association, and of course, James Whittington identified some resources that are applicable for this project, where it's located, to add for us to put in some dollars for this project, not bond dollars.
Right.
Not fund, no.
Right.
Different fund.
And there's different organizations that are going to be giving into the project thanks to the connections
Yes,
that
thank
Mr. Mark has connected us with. And it's just truly a community project. I can't even tell you how excited I am about it, that we have partners. I mean, I think Mark, I think you just kind of didn't give yourself enough credit. Look, like the guy worked for NASA and all this. Like they have really smart people on this team that I'm sitting at the table with, and I'm thinking, what am I doing here? I am just the cheerleader for this project. You all can work out the logistics, and they have done that beautifully. They put a plan together for the infrastructure that's going to surround these telescopes, and they are going to, and it's just going to be a big, you have no idea. Our star parties are going to be taken to the next level to be able to get kids excited about the field and about, like, it just is a segue to so many different career opportunities that they'll be able to experience from the elementary level, middle school level, because it's going to be an opportunity for our entire community. And we will let Temecula in sometimes to use it, Mark, just, you know, but our whole community will be able to use it. But I promise you, this is going to be a project that the Murrieta residents, its families are going to benefit from. And with the partnerships that we have that are in the works right now, it's just a whole community collaboration, and I'm thrilled. So thank you, Mark.
Sounds to me like you want first look. Yeah.
Yes, we do.
That'll work.
Murrieta does. We wanted you to change your name to the Murrieta Astronomy Club, but
we appreciate all your efforts. I'm really excited about this. Okay, that calls for a motion. We had that. All in favor?
aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries 4-0. Man, I'm looking for another page. Oh, it's adjournment. I call for a motion. Am I wrong? Did I miss something?
No, that's it.
Let's do this. I call for a motion to adjourn the Board of Education meeting at 6:08 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned.